Hello, hello, hello from the city of Dubai. This is a different intro to usual. I usually say one hello, not hello cubed. But I was speaking to my brother Timo, and Timo recommended having a cool intro, which I'm personally a fan of my outro. Maybe my intro could be cooler, but I think my outro is pretty cool. And I know that's not what he said. He said intro. Actually, maybe he did say intro and outro, but yes, the point remains that I should have a cooler intro, or should I not? Because there's so much beauty and simplicity, isn't there? Like, hello from whatever city I'm in, because I love to travel, and sometimes I'm in a different city. More often than not, I'm still in London, but yeah, I need to do more podcasts when I travel. But we're gonna talk New Year. Let's talk New Year, guys. Happiest New Year. I think New Year is a cool holiday, if it even counts as a holiday, does it? But it's cool because it's something everyone, I guess, celebrates. I mean, depends how you define celebrates, but everyone experiences the New Year. And there are different calendars, like there's a Chinese New Year, there's an Islamic New Year, but what's the term, like the official, the New Year economic, no, the New Year that is used conventionally is one that is very widespread. And the New Year is close to my birthday, so I almost do it as 2-in-1, as a big reflection period. You know, new age, new year. What am I going to do? What do I want? What am I looking for? What will fulfill me? I like to ask myself a lot of questions, you know, I'm Miss Curiosity. Questions are my thing. So let's talk about the new year. I'm going to ask you about the new year. What does a new year mean to you? What does Happy New Year mean to you? Does it mean anything? Do you even believe in the concept of time? Do you care that it's the new year? Did you care before? Do you not care anymore? I like to set resolutions. I like to have my annual resolutions. I have this journal that I've had since I was quite young. I mean, I'm still young, but pretty young. And guys, I'm really, really sad because I can't find it. I cannot find it. And it was my journal, you know, like I got this pretty journal, floral one with pink and white, and I got it from Accessorize, and it said journal on it. I used to bring it with me in my backpack to school all the time and have my Sharpies in color and make pretty pages. Oh, I love that journal, and I can't really find her, which is sad, but it's okay because everything happens for a reason. And you never know. يمكن one day, inshallah, she'll come back. She'll find me. My journal will find me. But yeah, I would do like cool pages, and one of the things I was writing about in that journal are my resolutions. And right now my resolutions are on my phone because I just have faith that I'll find that journal, and I don't want to betray her and write it in another journal, you know. But I'm sure she'd understand. It's okay. However, I was saying, yeah, I like to have journal. I like to use. I think New Year is a good time to signal yourself to do some reflection, think about what you want, and it's okay if you don't want to set resolutions. But I think it crosses everyone's mind, like, yo, New Year resolutions. Whether or not you care for them, it probably crosses your mind, and it's a chance to look back and think, like, am I living my life the way that I want to? What has happened in the past year? So also, what do I want in the next year? Like, you know, in a year's time, what do I want? I know there's this concept of annual resolutions being too long of a time frame, and you should instead have, you know, quarterly resolutions and goals, which I definitely think is a good idea. But it's also fine and okay and good to have resolutions specifically for the year ahead, because also some things just happen within a year. You can't really speed it up, or for example, like things that are set in stone, like returning to university, or starting university. Like, if you can't control when that begins, and you can't maybe do a certain thing until closer to the end of the year rather than the end of a previous quarter, then it makes sense, you know. So the other day I was sitting down before the end of the year and was going through my resolutions. Actually wrote my resolutions on the train back. I just love doing reflection and journaling while being in the mode of transportation. The peak productivity is always on a plane, but I also like journaling on a train. Oh, that rhymes, look at me. on a train, or even in the car, I guess, but looking out into the window, having my movie moment. Chloe and I were on the train back from Glasgow to London, and we chatted a bit and we talked about some resolutions, one of which we share. But yeah, I locked in and did my resolutions. I like to have different categories, and I'm also trying to approach splitting resolutions into quarters, like the quarters of the year. But I had some overall year ones as well, and something I was more adamant on this year was being intentional in prioritization, because sometimes I have regular resolutions that I always say, but they aren't as much of a priority as other things in the year. And so maybe there can be a resolution for another time or another year or another quarter. I want to be laser focused, I don't want to just write something for the sake of writing it, and like maybe I want it, but if I don't want it now, or I don't need it right now, or it's not my priority right now, then I don't need to specifically write it. Because like in my previous episode about let's commit, I think it's better to start step by step and build to more, or at least I'm trying that approach. And so I was writing my resolutions on the train, and I was leading to something. I had a point. What was my point? Yes, I then translated these resolutions when I came back home to Dubai, alhamdulillah, and I was translating them into pictures through visuals. I'm a very visual person. Made a Pinterest board, thought about my resolutions and how I want to see them, because I think having them in front of you and looking at them regularly makes a difference. Like when I was in the IB, I had a sticky note with the grade I want to get, and I'd look at it every single day when I was sitting down to study, and I truly think that reminded me of my purpose and what I was doing. And obviously that grade is just a number, but the number means so much more to me. There was so much behind the number that I was looking for, like that number being the grade to help me get into university, so on and so forth. And it was an embodiment of my perseverance, my determination, my hard work and consistency. So yeah, you don't have to explain your goals to people, like it's all for you. So yes, I'm actually yet to print out the vision board, but I have my Pinterest board, and I need to do that, because I had a vision board last year, and for a while it was my wallpaper. But I think I've said before, but I'm a bit of a paranoid person, and I feel like a vision board is a bit personal. I don't think I mind sharing my vision board, but it being just like plastered across my wallpaper, like my laptop, as soon as I open it, I don't know if I necessarily want that, because I was like very specific. But also it doesn't really matter, does it? I don't know. But I decided to change it. And also I guess you could argue for some people, maybe they don't want to see their vision board all the time, or they don't want it to be there every time they open their computer, because you could become numb to it or desensitized, and it isn't as meaningful. Because like when you open your computer, sometimes you're in a rush, whereas when you maybe have it on your desk or something like that, it more subconsciously enters your brain. Or maybe that is the same for opening the laptop. I'm not too sure about the psychology or science behind it. But yeah, I didn't print my vision board last year or have it in front of me like on my desk or anything. And I feel like that would be a good thing to do, because I feel like it is different to having it as your wallpaper, your screen. I don't know, but when I say that out loud, that sounds effective. So I don't know, maybe it was different for you. Let me know, guys, if you had your vision board or a collage or a representation of what you want from life in a place where you regularly see it online, like on your laptop, because I feel like having it physically makes a difference. And so that's something I would like to do, I think, this year, but I'm not sure if I will. But it's an idea. Regardless, making a Pinterest board, seeing everything visually, is defo fun, and going on Pinterest more. Pinterest is a lovely app. I like to go on Pinterest more, and I want to actively go on it more, because it's a great way to be inspired. And the content, while content can be tailored to you and your personality and your preferences on many social media platforms, I think Pinterest for me is one of the less addicting ones, where it's less instant gratification, in like an unhealthy way. I think all social media platforms do have that inevitably, but Pinterest doesn't feel as addicting because I feel like I can actually leave the app, or like I can exit more than I do with like TikTok or Instagram. Speaking of which, I would love to talk about social media. Social media is a very interesting one because social media is very time consuming. There's this TED talk about battling time that I really wanted to show my family. I was showing my dad today, but social media takes up a lot more time than you think, and I get very stressed about the fact that time can be wasted. And because I know, I'm conscious and self-aware of the fact that I spend a lot of time on social media. Not always wasted time, but I guess it depends how you define wasted time. But not, for me at least, I think I benefit a lot from social media. But a lot of the time I also don't, and I'm quote-unquote wasting time. And when I get that reality check of like, oh my god, I've actually just wasted so much time and I could have done so much more in this time, and like think of all the valuable things that you've done sometimes in a day, in an hour, that you're not doing right now, I get overwhelmed. But you don't need to overcomplicate things. It's okay also to have that brain rot times, I guess, arguably. But I feel like I'm being contradictory in this episode. But it's okay. Life is about questioning yourself and critical thinking. But it's not good to have too much of that, in my opinion. Like, come on, like, go outside, read a book. And because I feel like I, in the recent weeks, have been a bit too much of a social media consumer, I deleted Instagram for a little bit. But I always do this once in a while. In study periods during school, I would delete social media for a long time, and I always found that those were the times that I appreciated the little things in life most, and when I had most patience. So yeah, I deleted Instagram for a little bit, especially when I went to Umrah. I think it definitely helped. And the thing is that I post content now for like Sim Serotonin, for this podcast, and I like posting content. I do love so many things about social media, but it's a tricky dilemma. I'm like, do I live a life free of social media, or do I live a life full of social media? Well, not full, but a life where I'm very actively engaged with social media. And then I'm like, okay, should I do what I did in school? Well, not during like study exam periods, but during year 13. Pretty much the whole year, like every day I'd be off social media, and then I'd download Snapchat and occasionally Instagram. TikTok maybe only like once a month or something like that, but Snapchat and Instagram I'd get and look at for maybe half an hour at the end of the day when I'm having dinner or after dinner or something like that, to see what my friends posted, see any messages I received. Should I do that? Like, I'm thinking now. I think that's a much better idea than being on them all the time throughout the day, because I'm less likely to scroll as a form of procrastination or as a form of seeking instant gratification. And then sometimes I'm like, okay, but what if certain messages, or someone messages me and I don't receive the message? But on the other hand, I believe, like, if I'm meant to receive a message, I will. Like, God will do his thing and I'll get the message. But also people know, like, in year 13, people knew that I wasn't on social media much, so they'd always message me on WhatsApp, which I also liked. I feel like there's so much less distraction and so much less overload of content on WhatsApp, so messages are more straightforward and clear and intentional. So I wonder and question if I should go back to that route, and I feel like that is what I'm testing at this moment, because I mentioned I deleted Instagram, and now I uploaded all my drafts to just private so that I could delete TikTok without deleting my drafts. And because I had TikTok without deleting it for a while, because sometimes I feel like I'm okay with controlling my use of TikTok, but again, like, recently it hasn't been as good, so I deleted it. And today was the first day that I deleted both. Both have been deleted. And I worked today, and when I'm at work, I'm very focused. I'm not on my phone, so I don't know. I don't think I can evaluate just yet how... Okay, now I just realized this whole episode became about social media. And I was talking about New Year's resolutions. This is a bit disorganized, and my perfectionist brain is a bit mad. But I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm going to keep talking. It's fine. Not everything has to be specifically categorized and discussed in a specific episode. Don't freak out, Seema. This is me reassuring myself. Let's continue. This is a long episode, but yeah. Social media. La, la. Yeah, I'm testing it out. Let's see how it goes this week. I told myself let's try for this week. If I don't vibe with it, we don't have to continue. But let's just try it out. See how it goes. Even if I don't do it for that much of the long term, just for like, I don't know, a month or two. Let's just do it. Why not? If I feel like it's right now, let's do it now. And yeah, that's that. Why did I start talking about social media? New Year's resolutions. I guess that was a good wake-up call. Starting this year by going to Amro was really nice. I'm really grateful I got to go. Such a nice experience, and I feel like it made me realize that I need to be myself I feel like it helped me in not caring what other people think and remembering my priorities and my goals, what's important to me. Okay, I need to go back home now, so I'm gonna end this discussion here. Take this as your sign to question, what does the new year mean to you? What will you do this year? What do you want to do this year? And for fun, do a social media detox. I challenge you. Delete the app that you use the most for a little while. If you need to inform anyone, do that. Tell them you're not going to be online. And just see how it goes. Could be life-changing. Could help stimulate a lot of serotonin, which is what we do here. So I hope this gave you some serotonin. Bisous everyone, and bonne nuit.